So today I found out what doesn't work. And that's just as important as knowing as what does work. And the reason that that's true is because if I run a restaurant, and my whole idea is that I need to make a sale, I should probably have the best possible option to make the sale, as in the POS, as in the cash register, as in the iPad. Now, the fascinating thing about this is that sometimes people, they run restaurants and they don't have all of their boxes checked. They have the product checked, but the service in itself maybe isn't fully adequate to what standard that the product is. So what any of that means is, like, for example, if I go to a European car dealership, right, and they want to give me a bottle of water that the water is in plastic, well, by definition, those two, they don't equate to each other. And the reason they don't equate to each other is because the people who can afford a $300,000 car, they're not getting bottled plastic water. And if they are, then that's a completely different conversation in itself. But if I ran a car dealership selling $300,000, $700,000 cars, there's not going to be an ounce of plastic anywhere near that. You know why? Because when I stayed at one of the greatest hotels I've ever been to, there wasn't an ounce of plastic anywhere in the hotel. Similarly, when you go to the most lavish, the most exclusive high-end luxury retailers, they're not going to sell you anything but cotton, linen, cashmere, wool, right? So those people, they know exactly what they don't want, because they give us, interestingly enough, everything that they wouldn't have. And they keep all the things that they do want to themselves. And it's so mind-boggling to understand that, because, again, sometimes learning what isn't for you is just as important as learning what you're meant for, is learning what's supposed to be yours. And for me, it's not that I have favorites, but I do have a standard and I do have a preference. And so, doing what I can to be as level-headed as I want about this, I wholeheartedly love learning. Point blank, period. But then to then dive in one step closer is, I love learning about what I truly deserve and what I'm meant for, because that ultimately is the creme de la creme. Like, that's knowing your worth. And sometimes knowing your worth is in the same place as knowing what isn't meant for you. So the quickest example, and I'll wrap up by saying this, is dropping out of college was an easy decision for me, granted the fact that the exact things that they were teaching me, or at least trying to have me learn, because those are two different things, is something that I realized, like, wait, this is the exact information that I don't need, because it's not going to put me in the position that I want to be in, or the position that I'm already in. And that same information, if other people take that as good information and they get their results, I don't want what they're getting.